Today's horoscope, Virgo May 10th, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. The moon visits your resources sector all day, and the desire for comfortable situations and settings continues to be strong. It's a time to get your bearings. Taking care of your things or dependents can also be in focus and enjoyable. Emotional intelligence is with you today, and your patience and foresight can benefit you in most areas of life. Still, as the day advances, you can experience some uncertainty about whether you should take action on a matter. An obstacle or bump in the road may temporarily delay a pursuit, but it can also be a blessing in disguise, as there may be a need to rethink a previous decision or plan. Jupiter is one of the most magnificent planets in our solar. It is also known as our great benefic and rules growth, expansion, luck, and miracles. Currently, it is orbiting the mutable air sign of Gemini. This amplifies all of Gemini's energies for the entire human collective. When it comes to our personal lives, social energy will be vibrant, exciting, and everywhere that we look. Connecting with people, especially neighbors and close friends, will become much more manageable. Meeting a lover through acquaintances or online dating would be the way to go. You're working a lot more hours with someone attracted to you. It's in their romantic nature to fall so easily. So if the feeling isn't mutual, play it cool for a few days, and their interest will fade. You'll feel your best today if you can get your heart rate up. It's a good day to focus on your exercise routine, especially if you haven't been doing it for a while. If exercise is not exactly a word in your working vocabulary, it's time to take a look at this. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can try easing into a good habit with a few sit-ups before bed. Eat sensibly, even if you crave extravagant foods. It's not the time for indulging. If there's something you've been doing for someone that hasn't panned out so far, it might be time to walk away. Part of your life path challenge is knowing when to draw the line when it comes to how much you do for others, especially those in your family. Sit down with pen and paper and write about the situation from all angles, or consider talking things over with a trusted friend. Use the added energy from the vibration of this day to see you through. With no planetary activity in your income sector but 5 planets in your financial sector and all supporting each other, the moon's monthly visit was always going to give the income side of the financial fence a chance to be heard. While this is something that every 4 weeks can sharpen your nose for money and act as a trigger, a friendly aspect to Pluto in his early days in retrograde motion in your work sector today and to Jupiter, just as he moves into his final month in your career sector tomorrow, comes at a pivotal point in this professional year. With the dwarf planet series leaving your relationship sector at the end of next week and Saturn's departure in 16 days ending all planetary activity on relationship front for the first time in 15 years, it couldn't be more important to pay attention. Key to this is having the communication lines open, and while there is already support from the communication gods, an upcoming full moon in your communication sector could get things over the line. Daily Planetary Overview. Today, the cosmic skies are relatively calm. The stars aren't making much noise, and that in itself is a message worth paying attention to. When the celestial energy is quiet, it's often a gentle invitation to slow down and reconnect with yourself, your rhythm, and the pace of your life. You may not feel particularly driven to launch into a big project, have a major conversation, or take a leap into the unknown, and that's perfectly okay. Not every day needs to be about movement. Some days are for grounding, for integrating, for breathing. If you've been feeling a bit scattered lately, or like you've been running from one task to the next without much time to reflect, consider this your cosmic permission slip to pause. Return to the basics. Today is ideal for getting back into your routine, not just out of habit, but as an act of self-respect. Re-establish the habits that nourish your body and spirit. Whether that means meal prepping, tidying up your space, journaling, meditating, or even just getting to bed a little earlier, these small acts are the foundation of your well-being. Take a moment to reflect on all the effort you've put in over the last few weeks. Maybe you've been grinding at work, showing up for others in your life, or pushing yourself toward a personal goal. Even if it hasn't always felt glamorous or acknowledged, know this: your efforts haven't gone unnoticed. You may begin to see the fruits of your labor emerging now in subtle but deeply validating ways. A word of praise, a moment of appreciation, or even the internal satisfaction of knowing you followed through on something important. These small recognitions are deeply meaningful. Allow them to build your confidence and remind you that your consistency matters. This subtle but steady energy is also perfect for nurturing your relationships. Because your energy is more settled today, you might notice that your ability to connect with others comes more naturally. Your presence feels grounded and calming to those around you. When you speak, people listen not because you're louder, but because your energy is more aligned and authentic. That kind of calm leadership rooted in empathy, not ego, is incredibly magnetic. If there's a friend you've lost touch with or someone who's been on your mind, this is a beautiful time to reach out, reconnect, and strengthen the bonds that truly matter. You might also notice moments of intuitive clarity today. Even though there's no dramatic celestial shift happening, there's something about the stillness that helps you hear your inner voice more clearly. Pay attention to the nudges, the quiet observations, or the gentle changes in your environment. Sometimes, it's in the quietest moments that the most meaningful shifts begin. However, a word of gentle caution: this tranquil vibe doesn't necessarily extend to every area of life. Financially, things may feel a little uncertain today. If someone offers you an investment tip that seems too good to be true, or you feel pressure to spend on something you're unsure about, trust your instincts. Not all advice will be in your best interest, and some people may be acting out of self-serving motives rather than genuine care. Be discerning. You don't need to make any big money moves right now. Today is more about preserving what you have rather than chasing something new. It's also worth being mindful of your energy. You may have more motivation than you've had in a while, especially if you've recently been feeling drained or off your game. There could be a renewed drive pushing you to recommit to your physical health. If so, embrace it. Maybe it's the perfect day to stretch a little further in your workout, go for that long walk, or even try something new that challenges your body and refreshes your spirit. On the flip side, if you feel tired, don't push through for the sake of productivity. Listen to your body, and if it's asking for gentleness, honor that. A sauna, a hot bath, a massage, or even just a few quiet minutes in nature might be exactly what you need to restore your balance. The bottom line today? It's not about dramatic change. It's about conscious recalibration. Use this cosmic lull to recenter, reflect, and restore. Your inner compass is pointing you toward stability, and the beauty of that is often overlooked in a world that constantly chases the next big thing. Sometimes, the greatest growth happens in the spaces between our busiest moments, in the stillness where we remember who we are and what we truly value. So take a breath. Take your time. And if you're feeling inspired, I'd love to hear from you. What's one simple habit or routine that always helps you feel balanced? Have you noticed any quiet victories or moments of clarity recently? Share in the comments and let's support one another in finding peace in the pause.